This Ashley Jenae situation, it's really sad, really unfortunate, and as more details come to light, it becomes more and more questionable about what really happened. And I'm concerned that, in these type of situations, sometimes you never really find out. But I'm hoping that an investigation, like the right investigation, will take place so we can really get to the bottom of this, to find out what happened. Because it just doesn't make sense. There's reports that said that she committed suicide, but the same outlet is reporting that her and her fiance had a misunderstanding to the point to where they had to separate them and put them in different rooms, a different villa. That's not a misunderstanding. To have to be placed in completely different villas while you're on vacation in Tanzania, something must have happened. And I'm going to share a video of what her family, did with an interview her family did with TMZ, but it's just not adding up. Suicide, nah, and supposedly her fiance's not, talking. It's just really sad. Beautiful young woman. Let's see what this video, what her family has to say.
So local authorities in Zanzibar initially said that Ashlee took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the police chief in Zanzibar. They said the investigation is still ongoing. Uh, that we have not determined the cause of death yet at all. An investigation is still on the and still pending right now. So there has nothing official has been released. That's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was it that the hotel initially told you guys?
That the person, that Joe McCain, who she was traveling with, had that he had found her and that they had taken her to the hospital.
We just think it's very odd that our girl is traveling with Joe, and we don't hear.
He found her after they'd been separated? Come on now. It's not making sense. Y'all were in separate rooms. Why would you have access to that room if they separate? It's just, it's possible that you can still get access or have access because maybe y'all made up, but it's just not adding up, and he's not talking.
From Joe.
They haven't heard anything from him. That's very odd.
The initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later, something had transpired, and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay and she was stable and she was okay and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11 hours later.
So have you spoken to him since, and what has he been saying?
There has been no communication.
Was there any footage? Did you look at the footage? Did you see the footage? These are things that's very important to us. These are things that can clear everything up. It gives us the timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of footage surveillance. No. These are things that we need to know.
Did you guys ever think that Ashlee had any mental health issues?
I don't think that's farther from the truth. If you go to her page, as you can see, she's a beacon of light. She has things on, like it's like being in the camera. She's an influencer. She loves
her family.
She loves her family.
She loves her family.
Sad situation. Sad situation. Her asking that question, does she have any mental illness issues? That's a tricky question because people can have mental illness issues and still not, harm themselves. And furthermore, when you genuinely care about somebody and you love them and you have nothing to hide, why wouldn't you talk to her family? Right? Why? 11 hours? Yeah, nah. Nah, bro. It just makes you go like something ain't adding up. And I was even an article I was reading. I'm gonna pull it up. Where's that article I was reading? they say he's speaking to police as witness. Yeah, so we're gonna look at this article real quick, but yeah, it's not adding up. And I also say this, like, looking at her social media doesn't mean that she doesn't have mental illness going on. But I also don't. I find it suspect that they'd be that he'd not be talking to the family, waiting 11 hours to tell them she's in a stable condition and this and this and that. It's just not adding up, man. We've seen this too many times in terms of domestic issues and people trying to, pretty much gaslight you and play in your face about what really happened. But it says investigations in the case are ongoing, including awaiting the official medical examination report from doctors. That's going to share a lot. Robinson had been found unconscious in her villa and taken to hospital, where her death was confirmed hours later. Her family said in a statement issued on Sunday. She had just celebrated her birthday and got engaged during the trip, and then she is just gone. We were confused about how that could change so drastically. Parents said they heard, we heard an interview from 11 hours after the incident that supposedly led to Robinson's death, and not with a lot of detail. They were later told by the hotel where the couple had been staying that she had died. She was taken there for treatment. Yeah, it's just a sad situation, man, because she's young. Let's just even take a look at there's some images. Beautiful young woman. Young, a lot of life to her, a lot of life to live. I think she just turned 31. It's just sad, man. Like, everything that glitter isn't gold. You're gonna have to wait for all of this to pan out, right? You gotta wait for all the answers to come through. This was her, I'm guessing, her birthday trip. This is Tanzania. It's a day ago. Of course, a lot of people are asking. Let's see if we can get to her Instagram. Asking what really happened over there, as they should. You gotta ask those questions, because she didn't just, it didn't just happen like that. She just had a birthday. Let's see if it allows us to see it. Oh, it's not allowing us to see it because I'm not signed in, but that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, we want to see justice happen for the family, for this young lady. She deserves that. Anyone that loves you and isn't guilty, they don't have much to hide. They're gonna talk, because they don't have anything to hide. But when people aren't talking, when people aren't assisting the people that you love to help them be comforted, something's up. And I just hope and pray they're able to get to the bottom of this, because in other countries their processes are different, and we saw this with the Shanquilla situation years ago, to where we know foul play happened. We all watched it on video, and they still weren't able to bring that situation to complete justice. I don't think so. I don't remember anyone being arrested or anything like that. And we saw what her friends were doing to her on that video. And unfortunately, we don't have much information on this, but I'm going to stay in touch with this. I think there's also another narrative about just things that, were being said about her being with this white man. Now, let me tell you something. We know domestic violence happen in every ethnicity, every culture, every race. Even though race is made up, it happens. I think there's another narrative that's out there about just how people feel in terms of just the whole dating dynamics. And it's unfortunate that that's the narrative right now. I think the focus should be her family getting justice, us get into them get into the bottom of what actually happened to her, and keeping the main thing the main thing. I don't like that we switch the narrative to things that aren't of importance. At this point, this young lady's life is gone. She can't be brought back. Something happened, and that's what the focus need to be. Not on the outside noise, but on what happened to this young lady's life. And if it was taken, getting justice for her and her family. And that's one of the things about just having a hopeful mentality and praying. I don't have to know her personally to pray that the Lord will see fit that, that everything comes out. I do believe that God allows, justice to happen. And I'm just hoping that the investigation would be thorough and they would be honest and they would ask the right questions, because something's off with it. And a misunderstanding and y'all in separate rooms, nah. But I don't want to be repeating myself. Let's all be praying. Pray for the comfort of her family, because this young lady's in a whole other country. And I'm sure that's the whole process of getting her body back over. It's just a lot. Let's be praying for them. That's traumatizing. And they are also trying to keep themselves together. It looks like they had, maybe that was their family attorney. I don't know. Or if he's part of the family. The guy that was in the video when the interview, when the family was, the white male that was in the interview. I don't know if he's the attorney. They didn't say who he was, but hopefully they can get to the bottom of this. Let's be praying for him. I'll catch y'all in the next video.